My name is Nick Webb. I've been the security supervisor at Securitas now for nearly 4 years at the Button Shopping Centre in Lowestoft, Suffolk. I was coming to the end of my day on the 29th of October. It was been quite an ordinary, mundane sort of a day really. I was on my final patrol before locking down the centre. I came up onto the roof area of the multi-storey car park when I witnessed a male on the top of the car park who I'd seen throughout the day. I'd say he looked between 20 and 22 years of age, kind of down in the dumps. I approached the wall where he was sitting, got within maybe 5 feet of him when he turned, looked at me in the eye and said to me, "Don't come any closer because I am going to die tonight." And they were his words. I've never dealt with anything like this before, and I thought, okay, you know, I'm here, I've got a job to do, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. I've got faith in those that are around me, and we'll get this to a conclusion.
Nick immediately took some actions in trying to talk the individual down, and communicated with the some other security within the area. They in turn contacted the police. Now once the police got on scene and were overseeing everything, they didn't interfere with Nick at all. They allowed him to carry on because they had a good rapport with the individual, and they were just behind the scenes.
I asked him what was going on, what was happening today that made him unhappy. He'd just split up with his partner, and they'd lost their baby. He'd got no job, and he felt that he'd got no prospects. And I just kept talking, asking were things really that bad? Had he got any kind of support and help with their difficulties? He was playing with his mobile phone, and he started playing various songs on his phone, and he asked me to make notes of this music because this was the music that he wanted playing at his funeral. At one point I really felt that this is it, here we go. He really is going to carry out his threat, and he's going to take his life. He's going to go over the wall. But I just kept persevering, just kept plugging away and persevering. At this point, he wanted something out of his bag, so he got down, or he actually came completely off the wall. Literally at that split second, police moved in, came out of the tower there, and surrounded him, and that's how events concluded. It was very, very quick. Completely took me by surprise, really did.
Nick's character showed that he could show the empathy that was required, that he could communicate with the individual involved, and he's done his job well above the standard required. Let's face it, it's not actually what you want to have to deal with on a day-to-day basis within a centre.
Emotionally, brought back a lot of memories. About 18 years ago now, I actually lost my stepbrother, committed suicide, and he just wanted somebody to talk to, and there was nobody around for him to talk to. And this guy here wants somebody to talk to, and I'm here, and I'm going to listen for us, you know, and we're going to talk for as long as need be. And if I can help him, I will.
I do believe that Nick should win this award because he's managed to keep the situation under control. The other things is he brings a good respect for the centre itself. He is the front line of the centre. He's the first person that the people meet. And Nick's actions bring credit to the Britton Centre itself, and showing that we care about our customers and all of them that come to the centre.
I see this as very much part of my job. I reacted to a situation that I found myself in, and I suppose somewhere inside my head, heart, there is a tingle there that's pleased with what I've done. But the soldiers in Afghanistan, they're the heroes. They're the heroes. I was here playing, and I just played my part one particular evening.
My name is Mohammed Fayaz. My name's David Thatcher.
My name's Alex Kell. The 17th of January was a very difficult day for myself and all my colleagues in the Bental Centre. On that particular day I was walking, doing my patrols. I received a call from my colleague Mohammed. He told me there was a major incident.
Well, on that day, that was like a tragic incident of my life. I never seen anything like this before, and I was on the ground floor bridge covering there when I saw something fell down from first or second floor. I wasn't sure where it come from, but in the first place I just heard a loud bang. When I looked down, I saw a woman on the floor, and I was shocked for a while. I wasn't to what to do, and then suddenly it's like, you know, I just called my control to let them know what happened and call my supervisor as well.
I was working on Monday the 17th of January and I was patrolling lower ground floor when I got a call from Mohammed Fires, and it said that a lady had fallen. I wasn't too sure about what it said, but the silence on the mall, there was just a sudden silence, made me think something quite bad had happened.
By the time when I was on the stairs, what I did is I used my phone to dial 999 for the emergency services because I saw the seriousness of the incident. My supervisor also ran down at that time.
I made my way down there. It was by our scenic lifts by McDonald's, and when I got there it was obvious then, I could see that there was a major situation that we had to sort out quite quickly, and I think we dealt with that quite well. Mohammed was there, and also my colleague David Thatcher, he's the other supervisor, he was there, and he was trying to do CPR on this lady of what we had acknowledged then that it was a lady. There was a lot of blood, and there was a lot of screaming customers, so we had to try and deal with it as quickly as possible.
I asked him to evacuate McDonald's, to shut the front shutter before he started the evacuation, as there's a lot of children in there having lunch. Put her in recovery. I checked for signs of life. As I was putting her into the recovery and I went to roll her, something felt, it felt like there was something missing on her leg, and as I remember my hands just kind of going, just feeling cloth where the leg should be, and I looked over my shoulder and I saw she had lost a limb, and it landed nearly two metres away. That was difficult, more so than anything I think I'd dealt with before, because of the context of it all. There's children there, somebody's limb, and a person who was literally dying at that point. Two people came over to me who were apparently doctors and nurses and started to help. They started to do CPR. I started to evacuate at that point to get everybody away from the scene. So first priority is to get all the children and the staff out the back of the unit so that as few people have to see it as possible.
It was a shocking event. I would have wanted to run away. If any normal human being would have wanted to run away from that situation, but I realised this is the job I get paid to do, and you just have to do what's best at the time. And that's what we did. We carried out the job in hand, how we thought we should have dealt with it, and I think that's all that you can really ask of someone.
I think the team performed really well that day, and there's no amount of training that you can do that will prepare you for that kind of scene. It's one of those life experiences. I think they really did pull together. They were there for each other during it and afterwards. People ringing each other to make sure that they're all right.
The security team just pull it all together. Their coordination from our control room down to the people on the ground is unbelievable, and they're exceptional in what they do. We, as a team and as a centre management team, cannot fault them. And they took care of centre staff, themselves, shoppers, shop staff that had seen the incident, and managed the whole situation They're an amazing team and, as said, one we're extremely proud of.
Hi, my name is Kamal Hussain and I work at Fairfield General Hospital as a security officer, and I've been here for 2 years.
In August of 2010, the security services got a call that one of our patients who was acting in a very unusual way had climbed one of our fire escapes onto the roof of one of our wards.
I was out patrolling with one of my colleagues and we got a radio message that there's been a call from Ward 19 saying they've spotted someone on the roof. And so we went looking around, couldn't find anywhere. And as soon as we got to a gap part, I saw a person on the roof just running across.
Cameron took it on board himself before anybody else arrived, before the police arrived, before anybody, to go up on the roof to try and obviously manage the situation. It looked like the guy might be thinking of perhaps throwing himself off the roof, etc. So Campbell decided he'd go on the roof and try and calm the situation down and to protect that guy from any self-harm which may well have occurred.
He's a young man in his middle 20s he was. He's just come from A&E, he said. Yeah. Like when I was speaking to him and he was getting to talk, he said he's come from A&E and he weren't happy and he wants to kill himself by jumping off.
The roof is probably 3 stories high where he was. I did an investigation myself and I've actually seen the area where the patient was, and it is very, very dangerous. So Cameron went up there, spotted, assessed the situation, realised he had to get assistance, radioed to ring the police, and he waited there, talking with the patient at all times, calming him down.
When he sat at the edge and he got up, I thought he was going to jump, but then I just said, there's no point, mate, you've got a bright future ahead of you, you never know what good help you can get. So he's like running across to the other side, like he doesn't want to listen to me, and then he just kept on talking and he started listening. It's just one of those situations where I just got to me like, you don't have to do this, I'm here to protect the staff and patients as well. So I just come to my head that I got to get him down by speaking him down calmly. We're talking to him for about 1.5 hours. The whole incident lasted. It ended like when he started talking, saying, I don't want to be here, I want to die. I'm not happy with the doctors here. So that's when I said, listen, I'll get you a better doctor to have a look at you, see if he can help you out. That's when he thought for a bit, and then he got up and just walked down, and police took him into their custody.
It was left to Campbell, who actually, with the police, managed to persuade him to come off the roof and come to the safe area. So in my opinion, he did everything exemplary. If it wasn't for Campbell's calm manner and his good skills in dealing with a patient who's obviously got issues at the time, I mean, it could have ended up a lot worse.
He acted beyond his call of duty. He acted on his own accord, on his own initiative, to look after that patient, which was exceptional.
How I feel about that day is, it's like, I feel really good because I've stopped someone from jumping off a building, and it's just a good feeling that I've like saved a life, and it brings it all right on my job.
He's an exceptional guard. For him to do what he did, you know, is just brilliant from our perspective. Cameron was exceptional and still is.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Securitas Community Awards 2011. I'm delighted to say that since our last awards, we have successfully brought together 3 quality companies as one. We have exceptional security officers making a difference within their communities day in and day out. And tonight, again, gives us the opportunity to recognise and reward their efforts in a special way.
I think it's really important to recognise the officers who work within our stores and depots, to recognise great performance and to recognise where people go beyond their normal day role in terms of serving customers or colleagues.
I'm very proud to welcome you all here really for 2 reasons. First, to celebrate our officers. The second reason why I'm proud is that this event really does characterise what Securitas is about. Building the community that supports a better life for all of its members and so encourages both staff and customers to join and stay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Securitas Award for Community is Owen Stanley.
It's a real honour, privilege really, for the charity work that we've done, and to get recognised for it, it means a great deal.
The winner of this year's award for core values goes to David Waller. In early August, following a short illness, Dave passed away. He truly was an everyday hero every day, and he will be missed every day. I'm pleased to welcome to collect the award on Dave's behalf his parents, Derek and Maureen Waller.
We've been here tonight and people have just been commending him all the time and said what a lovely lad he was, he'd help anybody and so on and so forth, and yeah, it just makes it so much easier for us.
And the winner of the Securitas Community Award for Integrity is James Wallace, Marks & Spencer.
The winner of the Securitas Community Award for Vigilance is Deborah Smith.
It's great, I was really pleased, very surprised.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Securitas Community Award for Helpfulness is Rod Norfolk.
I'd like to thank the Securitas, the branch manager, Ross Dunkley, and all the team at Wakefield branch.
The winners of the Securitas Community Awards for Teamwork are JLL Deansgate Locks.
Very proud of winning the award. Like I said, very happy with the team's performance all year.
The winner of the 2011 Securitas Good Customer Award is Sainsbury's.
I'm actually really proud to receive this award on behalf of Sainsbury's, but more importantly on behalf of Sainsbury's colleagues and its security officers who work in partnership every day, providing a safe environment for our customers and colleagues and property.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to announce that the winner of the Securitas Award for Innovation is Martin McKean.
Quite shocked to win it. It's really good to be working for Securitas and really good to be here.
The winner of the Securitas Award for Leadership is Ali Daniels, the Welsh Assembly.
Obviously I have to thank my team primarily. Without them, obviously, this wouldn't mean anything. This is as much part of them as it is me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to our final award this evening, the Securitas Community Award for the Most Outstanding Act.
The 17th of January was a very difficult day for myself and all my colleagues in the Bentham Centre. On that particular day I was walking, doing my patrols. I received a call from my colleague Mohammed. He told me there was a major incident.
I approached the wall where he was sitting, got within maybe 5 feet of him when he turned, looked at me in the eye and said to me, "Don't come any closer because I am going to die tonight."
When he sat at the edge and he got up, I thought he was going to jump, but then he just like said, "There's no point. You've got a bright future ahead of you. You never know what good help you can get." So he's like running across to the other side, like he doesn't want to listen to me. And then he just kept on talking, and he started listening.
The winner of this year's Outstanding Act is Kamrul Hussain.
It feels really good. I was nervous before, but my legs are shaking now. It just feels really good. Speechless.
The standard of entries and the stories from the officers who've been recognised in the awards are just amazing. the things that they actually do as part of their everyday job. Very often the sorts of commitments that they make outside of the workplace to build a community are just humbling. And I think it's a fantastic opportunity to bring those stories out and share them around the whole of the industry to show what security officers really do, because it really needs proper recognition, and I think it's been a marvellous evening for me in doing just that.
We are here today to celebrate these awards, and this is a fantastic occasion. I would like to invite all the winners here on stage, and I would surely appreciate that you all join me in congratulating them once more here together.